everyone, welcome back to Horilla. So today in this video, we'll be discussing about the performance module of Horilla. It's really important to monitor the performance of the employees of any organization. For that, Horilla has this very efficient module called the performance module, so which will help you to track the performance of your employees as well as which will help the employees to improve their performance. So performance has so much more inside it. So let's move on to the module and see how it works. So guys, let's begin. So for that, I'm going to the performance module. So this is the performance. I'm clicking on that. And under performance, you have this dashboard, objectives, 360 feedback, meetings, key results, period, and question template. So first, let's take a look at the dashboard. So this is the dashboard of the performance module. Now here in the dashboard, you can see the total OKR, the total key results, the total feedbacks. Okay, and then you have the OKRs which are at risk. So currently there are no OKRs in risk. So that's the reason why it doesn't show anything. And then you have the key result status, the objective status, and the feedback status. So this basically gives you a status of everything which is there in the performance module, okay? And it shows the graphical view. Okay, so you can see which are on track, which are closed, which are not yet started and all, okay? So just by taking a look at the, the dashboard, you get an idea of what is happening inside the performance module. Okay, so that's the dashboard. Next, you have the objectives. So let's click on that. Now, this is an objective. So this is actually kind of a motivation to the, employees. They are keeping an objective, they are keeping a manager, and they are giving a duration. So within this duration, they can actually achieve this objective. It's kind of a goal achieving, okay? So you can create an objective, okay? So there are options which will show you self-objective as well as all objectives. So here in the self-objectives, you can see the objectives which are created by you, okay? So one objective is there, which is to learn Django, and there is a duration. So within this time period, you will have a tendency to complete that thing within the duration, okay? So similarly, you can create a new objective by clicking on create button over here. You can specify the title, okay? So I'm putting improve language. So that's an objective. And then you can set a manager for this. So I'm setting Abigail lead, and then you can specify a description. So I need to improve my language skills. That's what I'm giving as the description. And then you can specify the duration. So I'm giving it as 30 days, which is a month. And then your default key results. So you can add a key results over here. So if you want to create a new key result, that's possible. Then you can see attend spoken English class. So that's something related to my objective, okay? And if you want to assign this to anyone, okay, so you can simply enable this, and from here you can add the assignees. And also you can, set the start date for it, okay? So once you're done, you can save it, okay? So that's saved. Now here you can see improve communication has come. Okay. So if you go under all objectives, you can see improve language. Okay. So here 0 assignees are there. That's the reason why it's not shown there. So we can simply edit it from here and add assignees to it. So I'm adding assignees. So Adam Lewis. Then I'll add Alexander. And the start date can be given. So let it be 11th, and I'm saving it. So you can see 2 assignees have been added, and here the percentage of the improvement can be recorded. So here you can view the assignee, you can, see the activities, and also you can add the key results. So adding the key results, just click on the plus icon over there, and then you can choose the key result, what the key result is, okay? So attend spoken English class is added as a key result. The start value can be added here, the current value, and the target value. So I'm adding the target value as 100, start value as 0, and the current value I'm giving it as 20. Okay, the start and end date is given. So the start date, let it be today itself. And the end date, I'm putting it as 31st and saving it. So here you can see I've given 20 so that that graph has a little bit moved to a 20%, okay? If I'm increasing or if I'm adding on this key result again and again, that is the value I'm changing, which means that will be changing, that is the percentage will be changed. Okay, so that's how you mark their improvement. And if you want to view that person, you can view it from here. And while viewing, you can see the description as well as the title of the objective which has been assigned to the person. Okay, and then you have the status here, so I'm putting it as on track. Okay, and then if you want to archive or delete it, that can be possible, and you can even edit it. Okay, so that's how you do the things, and here also you can edit it. So that is to edit the overall objective which we have created. So I'm just removing that. So that's basically how you create an objective. Okay, so that's the objective part where you can see all objectives and self objectives. So objectives which are assigned to you will be shown here. So this is the one which we created right now, and that was assigned to the logged in person. That's the reason why we can see self objective over there. So that's how you create objectives. Then you have this 360 feedback. So using this feedback, you can actually see the different feedbacks, which is anonymous feedback, all feedback, requested feedback, and self feedback. Just click on that and you can see the title, the status, the due, and actions. So let me show you how to create feedback. Click on that and you can specify the title of the feedback. I'm giving new feedback. Choose the employee. So Adam Louis. Manager is also, that particular person will have a manager, right? That will be auto-populated. And then you have the subordinates, if any. So I'm just adding Alexander. Any colleagues, I'm adding Angel. The period can be given, that is Q1, Q2, Q3. So these periods can be created here from the period. So I jump to the period and show you how to create that. And let me show you how we'll use that here. So for that, I'm going to period. So you can see the period Q1, Q2, Q3 and all our titles which has a start and end date predefined. So let me create a new period. Let it be Q4. Q4, okay. And the start date and end date I'm choosing here. A date is given and the company can be chosen here. Saving it. So a new period is added, which is Q4. Okay. Now let me do one thing. Inside the feedback, let's try to add this period. So here, let's go on and create a new feedback, giving the title, adding the employee over here. And if any subordinates or colleagues, you can add that. And here you can see the period which I've created, which is Q4, where we have the start and end date. And then you can add a question template. So basically feedback can be a question template as well, right? It's actually getting a feedback about yourself or giving a feedback to others. So which may help them to improve their performance, okay? Or just to get an idea about how they are performing. So let it be developer question. And the key result can be attending typing competition, whatever the key result is that can be given. So I'm just adding a key result also. So if it's a cyclic, feedback means what happens is that you have to enable this. And the cyclic period, that is how often this feedback should be taken. That is the recurrence, okay? So that period can be chosen from here, okay? So I don't want it to be a cyclic feedback. So I'm just disabling it and saving it. So the saving is done. So you can see the new feedback which is created here and which is due in 1 month, 2 weeks. Okay, then you have the actions here, which is to answer. So it was assigned to you so that you can answer it. So how is your work here? You can give the feedback. So I'm giving it as good. And you can rate yourself. Okay, you should have an idea about yourself, right? So I'm just rating myself as 4 stars. And are you happy or not? You can either answer yes or no. So yes. Then sample, which is like strongly disagree. That's just a sample question which was created and what you like here. So this is how the feedback form looks like. You can add questions here. That question template can be created here in the question template section of the performance module. Okay, so we'll go to that. So once you add a feedback to yourself, this is how it looks like. And then the key results can be given here. Once you answered everything, you can simply save it. Okay, I'm simply randomly choosing one and saving it. So based on this, a feedback was created or answered successfully. Now, if you want to view the answer, you can view it from here. Okay, just going back to the answer section. So it actually shows whatever you have answered, okay? Now here you have the option to archive it as well as delete it. So similarly, you have this anonymous feedback, the all feedback section, not only yours, other people's also. And then this is the requested feedback, that is the people who have not yet attended or answered the feedback. So this is the self feedback and all such things. So I've shown you how to create one, and we've also seen how to answer that is the actions also. Okay, so that's the 360 feedback. So inside the 360 feedback, we've seen this question template. So let me go to the question template over there. So you have these much templates and questions. So creating a new template over here. So I'm giving it as new temp. Okay, and the company, just choosing the company and saving it. Okay, so you can add a question from here. So you can first choose what kind of a question it is. So I'm putting it as it can be Boolean, multi-choice, Likert, whatever it is. So you can add a text. So I'm asking, what is your designation? Question added. Okay, so that's the first question which I've added. Question type 2, which is rating. So rate your work. Added the question. Okay, so I'm just adding these 2 questions. Okay, so this is basically how you add the question. So you can see the new template which we created. Now while creating the feedback, you can use this question template over there. Okay, so that's how basically you create a question template, and that's how it's used inside a feedback. Next, let's go to the meetings. So here in the meetings, you can see the title, the employees, the manager, state, and all those things. So if you want to create a new one, click on create, and then you can specify the title for the meeting. So I'm giving it as a new meeting. Okay, and then you can choose the day. Okay, so the day and time is given. Then you can choose the employees which are part of the meeting. Okay, I've chosen 2 people. And then you can set the manager and the answerable employees, okay, who are answerable for the meeting, and the question template which you are going to choose for the meeting. So let me choose my template which I've created right now, and if you want to see the response, you can simply click on show response and save it. Okay, so that's how you do it. You can see meeting added successfully. So this is the meeting which we've added. This is to add the meeting moments, that is the the time of meeting and all, right? So I'm just clicking on that, and you can add the response over here. Okay, so you can add whatever it is. Okay, and then you have the answer. So the answers which are answered by that person can be seen here. So this is the minutes of the meeting, and then you have the edit. Okay, so if you want to edit over that, you can do that and archive it. So simply by creating a meeting, you can add the meeting minutes. Then you can see the answers which have been answered by the person inside the meeting. That is, in the meeting, we are adding a questionable person, right? And we are also adding a question template, and whatever he have answered, you can view that from here. And then you have the edit and archive button. So that's how meetings work. And then you have the key results. So you've seen key results coming here and there, right? So this is where you create the key results. So for that, you can simply click on create, add a title. So I'm adding new result. And then you can add a description. So this is new KR. Can let it be KR. And then you have the progress type. So how the progress should be shown there. So while creating the objectives and all, we were adding this key result, right? So whether you can add it a number or percentage. So I'm adding percentage, and the target value is given there. The duration can be given, and the company. So I'm saving it. So okay, you have to specify the duration. So let it be 10 days, and I'm saving it. Okay, so a new key result is created, which is the new result. The target value and the duration is specified. Now this can be used in certain other places. Okay, so we have already gone through period and question template. So these are the basic things which comes under the performance module, and it's actually a rough view of the whole module. So I hope it's clear. That's it. So that's all about the performance in Horilla. I hope it's clear for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.